Hi everyone, this is Halak again, and welcome to another Java tutorial session. From my last tutorial, I created an interface called Payable, and it had one method, compute payable amount. Okay, so and again, this is abstract. So if we actually say abstract and we did that, right, notice that it'll still work. Okay, so but this is rather this is implicit. Okay, and again, it's also implicitly public as well. Okay, so this is all correct. Right? But these are because it's implicit, you don't need to include that. Just wanted to mention that. Now, last time I actually created in driver's license card. Right, so I implemented the payable interface, and I had a variable called year. I'm just going to refactor this because I think year just a bit misleading. So how about calling it num years? Okay, so that makes more sense. Okay. And so we have this num years, and now we actually need a way to, before we can run this, we need to do a bit of change for the driver's license card, right? So for example, num years. My interface, I can't just change it and say, well, I'm going to put this and put num, like a value in here, right? Amount, for example. I can't just do that because I'll end up breaking the interface, right? Unless this is changed, then I also need to change the other amount as well. Right? So we could do that. Right? So for Hydro, we could actually include it, change that, but I'll keep it as that, and we'll refactor something else. Okay. So again, you can't just go and change that. All right. Now that's back to the way we had it. Now, in government card, okay, so we had this. All right, so this is the original one, and then this is our driver's license. So now let's go back into main. Okay, we'll go back into main, and now we need a way to set this so that it has a value, right? Because right now it's default, it's not initialized. Okay, so what I'm going to do is so I'm going to have a setter, okay? So I'm not going to have a getter. I'm just going to have a setter. Okay, so let's just say that. So I'm going to, which will allow me to set how many years. So in here, I'm going to have driver's license set. Oops, wrong set. So set num years. Oh, okay. Right. It won't work because I had to cast this. Okay, so I had to cast this to a driver's license because in government card there is no such set method. Okay, so this is just something else that you run into when you're a developer. And so driver's license, I'm gonna cast that up. All right, driver's license. I need another bracket. Okay, and then I can say set num years. So let's see that. The reason why we need this is, again, the polymorphism behavior says that driver's license is a type of government card, but in government card there isn't set num years is not there. So we have to cast this object to its specific type. Okay, now I can set it. All right, and I'm gonna set it as, let's say 5. We have it 5 years. Okay, and so we have it for 5 years, and we're gonna actually print out something else here as well, so we know. And so I'll print. I said you paid a fee of let's just say you applied to your license expired in another, okay, let's just do that in another years. Okay, so I just wanted to make sure that it works and it prints out. All right, so there we go. Just reformatted it to make it look nicer. Now we have that done. Now we're going back to Hydro, and here I'm going to create. Okay, I'm going to create. All right. A Hydro object. Okay, so I'm just going to call Hydro and new Hydro. Okay. All right. So here, you notice that we don't have a quantity. So to make it easier, I'm going to create a constructor for it that takes the quantity that we use. So I'm going to say 200. Whatever number that means. I don't know much about kilowatts and all that, but let's just say 200. So we get this complaining that we don't have the constructor for it. So fine, we'll create a constructor, and here we'll have that, and I'm gonna have quantity. Okay, quantity in here, and in here I'm going to assign quantity. So remember the keyword this refers to the instance variable, right, for this object, and then quantity here is, oops, it's just the parameter there, okay, the argument that's passed in. Okay, and to make it easier, so because this is private, we can't see it, we're going to actually we're going to know the amount, so I'm just going to return the amount there. Okay, so that's what we have right there. So Hydro, and sorry, dot. Actually, I need to print this out. So I'm going to say system out, right, okay, and then we're going to say your Hydro bill is, I'm going to call it. I'm actually going to change the bill. I realized I didn't need the other set method. Right, so okay, so that's what we have. Right. So actually here I don't need to set 5 years. Right? I can just call it directly. Right? Yeah, we're still looking. But I still need this cast though. Okay, so I need this cast, and you're gonna see afterwards. Okay, I need to print this out. Can't type today. Alright, so in here, you know, you owe that amount. Okay. Right. For your, oops. Your license application. Okay, so there. Yeah, that looks better. All right. So now we can actually print and run this. All right, let's see what we got. Okay, so we can forget about the SIM card there, and then here we have driver's license created. Driver's license ID is that, so we saw that in prior tutorials. you apply for. Oh, this is something that again, I should have removed. Anyways, this is where we want you owe $200 for your license application here. Your hydro bill is $400. I'm gonna remove this and reprint it again. I don't need this part. Okay, and I should put a new line between here. A new line for the print. Okay, so I can run it again. There we go. Okay, so that looks better. All right. Now you notice I had to do some casting here. Okay. Now a way to get around this is to actually use polymorphism. Okay. You notice up here I created a government card. Okay. So and again. A driver's license card is a type of government card. It is also considered a type of payable. Okay, so let's try that. We can say payable. Okay, it's a type of payable, and drivers. I'm going to keep it the same name. Okay. So now it cannot resolve. Okay. The reason being is that when we're creating this. In payable, there isn't any, in driver's license card, in payable, there isn't any create card ID, right, and display card info. And again, the way to get around that is to actually do a cast, right? Oh wait, this is, right? Okay, so yeah, so now, so it doesn't understand this. Okay, so if we want to resolve this again, we have to actually we have to downcast. Okay, so we have to downcast this, and downcasting this basically means we have to do something like this again. I'm just going to copy and paste. We have this down here. Oops, there's my cursor. Okay, so I'm going to do that. Okay, so there we go. Now that'll be resolved, right? There. I'm going to do the same thing here. Okay. I'm just demonstrating a bit of polymorphism here. Okay, and now here we can actually get rid of this. Okay, because it understands that it's from payable. Okay. Now the same thing here. We create a specific hydro type of object, right? But here we can actually say payable, right? And change this, right? And notice that, of course, payable has that compute payable amount, right? So it's in here, right? So there's no problems there. I'm still getting. Okay, I think I have. Oh, okay. One parentheses out of place. Okay, so there. All right, so now we have payable and payable, okay? Because they're both types payable, right? They both implement, right? Hydro implements payable and driver's license also payable. But however, we try to do with SIM card, we will get an error. I'll show you that after. Okay, so if I run it. All right. So there you go, everything works. Okay, so this downcast here was required. Okay, so we're downcasting instead of upcasting. Downcasting just means that because because this is the super type of driver's license. Okay, so when we downcast it, this is what we mean. Okay, now, so you notice that we can do payable, right? So there's polymorphism there, and then I demonstrated downcasting. Now, if we actually try to do this, okay, with payable, we're definitely going to get a mistake. Okay, payable. Okay, all right. It won't even recognize this. Okay, incompatible type, right? Because SIM card does not implement payable, right? Well, the assumption is that when you apply for a SIM card, they don't charge you for a fee. So driver's license seems to make more sense. Okay, so this is a very a simple demonstration of polymorphism, interfaces, typecasting, right? So we downcast it here instead of upcasting. All right. So really, in the end, I mean, you can think of this as, when we actually do this, is as upcasting, right? Downcasting is this, when we actually need the specific type, and actually to invoke this method here, these two methods. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this video, and hope to see you in the next one. Thank you.